Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to this very special episode of Unseen. I wanted to get this out there before Raw, and actually we are starting our watch along 3 hours before Raw, so I really needed to get this out there. Really looking forward to tonight. The excitement is real. The excitement is sort of around a WrestleMania level. Like, it's just, I've got so many people getting in touch with me on social media, just like the buzz, you can feel it, right? And there's so much bits of news that keep coming out. Like, really, you know, we could have done this video much, much later, but what with our watch along starting so early tonight, I really need to get it done now. So I think what we'll do is do this now, round up all the big talking points so far today, and there has been loads. And then, of course, hopefully that'll have you in some sort of good place as we head towards Raw. I've no doubt, though, there'll be even more news that breaks following this episode of Unseen. There's just so much stuff that's going on at the moment. Like this, Jess said, if you could pick any wrestler, who would you pick? And the reason he said that is because here you can see there's a gap for Raw when it comes to the profile icons that you can choose. So on Netflix, you can pick what picture you want as your profile picture. Seems like you'll soon be able to have a wrestler as your profile picture because we've got Squid Game, we've got Stranger Things, we've got Money Heist, but there is a category empty at the moment, but there is a category for Raw. Right, this is, I believe, PW Insider. If we just do that and that. We've been asked about potential returns tonight. Everyone from Charlotte to Alexa, but we're told that anyone that returns, the company has got a plan for them, and it won't just be they all return at the same time. This isn't the old WWE, someone commented. So that's PW Insider, basically saying that if someone comes back tonight, and we are expecting people to come back tonight, but if someone comes back tonight, there should be a creative plan for them, and don't expect everyone to come back tonight because, well, it's wise, isn't it? We do need surprises for week 2, week 3. We're going to need surprises for the Rumble. Like, tonight is already stacked. Like, we don't need everyone that's ready to returning tonight. So there's going to be surprises. It's going to be an unmissable show. But yeah, apparently if people are coming back, there will be a creative plan for them, and don't expect everyone. Right, PW Insider, just kind of telling us something we already know. The top NXT talent are going to be at Raw. Doesn't say they're going to be on the show. I'm guessing they'll be in the crowd. They'll be backstage. I'm sure some may make it onto the show. NXT has actually got a really big show itself tomorrow in Los Angeles, LA. And so they're doing New Year's Evil. So New Year's Evil, it's going to have championship matches, all the big stars. It's a massive NXT. So if you don't normally watch NXT, I would say give it a go this week. We will be live for that as well, doing our normal weekly watch along. But honestly, I would say give it a go because it is going to be a massive NXT, which is no great surprise because this is a massive Raw. This is a massive week for WWE. So, Christopher, thank you. Okay, Patrick, shout out to you. Let's do that and that. So, WWE have announced via a press release today that they have signed a multi-year partnership with Hulk Hogan's Real American Beer. Real American Beer branding will be showcased within WWE's weekly flagship program, Monday Night Raw, as well as other key assets, and it will receive Ring Mat Corner branding during every episode of Raw. Now, we need to come back to the mat thing because we obviously have spoke about that previous. This isn't great news, right? Or at least I don't think it's great news because I'm not a fan of sponsors being on the ring mats. So the idea that we are going to have this on the ring mat corner branding, I ain't thrilled about that, right? I know there's a lot to be excited about, but having the ring more cluttered with sponsors is definitely an L. Right, that is definitely an L. But we'll come back to it because there's more to talk about when it comes to the ring mat in a bit. But there's more to talk about here. It seems like WWE, according to this press release, have not only gone into a multi-year partnership with Hulk Hogan and his Real American Beer, they've actually got a minority stake in it now. They've actually bought part of the company. They are minority owners of this company. That was in the press release, which is pretty bonkers to think that WWE now own a little bit of this beer brand, right? Which is just crazy. But it must show that the sales of this are very, very good for them to want to be involved, you know? So, yeah, there we go. Might be a reason as to why Hogan is on the show. I think there's a chance he would have been on the show anyway. But, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he mentions his real American beer during his promo. So there we go, a bit of news about that. Edward, shout out to you. So the WWE RAW on Netflix premiere is expected to feature a complete 360 seat-in setup, which means seats will be all the way round, right? So there's going to be a smaller stage. So it's going to be like SummerSlam. It's just going to be a little entranceway. There will be a new style announcing desk that gets used as well. So don't know what that looks like. Haven't seen anything to do with a new style announcing desk. It's going to be one of those where as soon as the crowd start entering the building, there'll be loads of pictures that come out. We could have done this Unseen later and included that stuff, but then, you know, Unseen would have been up like an hour or two before Raw. Not everyone would have had a chance to have seen it, so I thought it made sense to get it up a bit earlier than that. It does mean that a few of the bits will have to go into the later Unseen, but yeah, just again, something for you to be aware of. Just like this, Dr. Chris Featherstone putting this out 15 hours ago, and basically confirming that this is going to be our main event. So we are expecting CM Punk, Seth Rollins to be the main event, the actual main event that closes the show. We've had this conversation before. WWE tend to use the term main event to make matches feel bigger, like WrestleMania has multiple main events, right? It doesn't just have the two that close the show. It has more than that. Lots of matches get referred to as the main event because they want those matches to feel bigger. So this match has been called the main event for quite a while, but that never meant that it was guaranteed to close the show. But news has come through that it actually is. So there we go. Seth and CM Punk looks like they are closing the show. And word on the street is Roman versus Solo will actually open the show. Okay, Triple H, WWE RAW on Netflix will have less commercial time, at least for now. So in America, apparently your commercial breaks are going to be a lot less than what you're used to, but there will still be commercial breaks for international audiences. And I don't know why this is different, but for international audiences, we are not going to have commercial breaks. We will go to WWE promo videos and we will go to interviews, right? So I don't know if you've been seeing this, but for the past few weeks during Raw and Smackdown, during certain commercial breaks, they've actually been doing interviews. Those interviews have been popping up on social media. There was one where we did an interview with The New Day, and I think we went back to Raw a little bit earlier than planned, and you just saw The New Day standing with Jackie Redmond, and then we just cut to something else, right? It was only for like a few seconds, but it's because they had just done an interview. And I think the truth is WWE have been trialing that in recent weeks, knowing that they were going to be doing it for this show and for Raw going forward. So rather than just doing it for the first time on this show, I think they've actually been doing it for the past few weeks. So there we go. Yeah, international audiences are expected to not get commercial breaks. They'll still get WWE video promos, you know, advertising WrestleMania, advertising Royal Rumble, advertising WWE 2K and all that kind of stuff. But they should also get interviews that I don't think our friends in America will get chance to see. They'll probably put those interviews up on social media like they've been doing, so you won't miss them. You just won't see them at the time. Right, we've got this as well. I want to take the sound off, and boom, there we go. So, right, we've got this. This is just a little look behind the scenes. This was 11 hours ago. This was Triple H inside the Intuit Dome as Raw is being set up. He says, can't wait for this to be full and loud. And you can see the ring crew. You can see people kind of putting it all together, lighting and pyro people. It's just giving you a feel. Look at them lights. So apparently all the chairs have got lights. I mean, a lot of people won't have seen this arena before, but I'm sure in America you guys have seen it. I mean, it costs $2 billion. It's brand new. I think it opened like mid last year, something along those lines. Nick Khan, there's Nick Khan, CEO, just like Mercedes Moné. So there we go. Right, we got this graphic that was shown as well. So a promotional image. It's got The Rock alongside Michael Cole front and center. So there we go. Just got a few of the superstars we'll be seeing tonight on the show. We already know about The Rock. We know that Pat's back on commentary. We know that John Cena is going to be doing a promo. We know that Logan's going to be on this show. We know that Solo and Roman have got a match. We know that CM Punk and Seth have got a match. Cody's expected. Liv is taking on Rhea in a match. Jey is taking on Drew in a match. So just a promotional graphic that's doing the rounds. That was a great shot, wasn't it? That looks so good. Right, the name is Bear. Shout out to you. WWE RAW is slated to run for 3.5 hours tonight. Now, Triple H said he feels the perfect runtime for Raw is 2.5 hours. And I think that after WrestleMania, we could see Raw actually going under 3 hours. I think that he'll do the show for as long as he feels the show needs to be, right? I don't think that he is just going to do 3 hours because it needs to be 3 hours. The thing with Netflix is they aren't trying to fill time, right? They're not trying to fill a schedule. Like, really, they just want the best product. So if Triple H thinks that this episode of Raw needs to be 2 hours 50, and that'll make it the best product it can be, he'll do it. But if the next week it needs to be 3 hours 10, he'll do it. If the week after that it needs to be 2:55, he'll do it. I think it'll always be around that 3 hour mark. I think 2.5 hours is the least it would be. But actually tonight, unsurprisingly, it's going to be more 3.5 hours because, well, how can it not be? It's going to be absolutely rammed. Right, Princess Q-Tab Itch. WWE's Chief Content Officer, Triple H, narrates the official cold open for Raw. This is what we will be watching when the show begins tonight. This is the cold open. As a result, I can't really show it because we'll get hit with copyright, but I can show the end bit of it, right? So this is the cold open, and this is going to be the first image that you're going to be seeing. The voice, I believe, is... Who is the voice, actually? Is it Mean Gene or is it Howard Finkel? It's Mean Gene. So the very first voice you hear is Mean Gene Okerlund. So this is basically a look at the ring. You've then got the typewriter with the story being written, and we go back through the history of wrestling. There's imagery in here from like Gorgeous George going all the way back to like, you know, the early 1900s. But then, of course, we've got these kinds of moments. And we just kind of braise in there. There's loads of moments from the history of WWE. I mean, it's excellent. And the whole thing basically builds towards this canvas. Look at this. Heavyweight wrestling from Washington. How amazing is that? So basically we see all these images, and it builds towards us seeing that canvas that we saw at the start. Someone has been painting throughout the whole open, and we go back to it and we see what they've actually painted. So you can see all this imagery, Andre, and look at this. Look at this. This is what they've painted. It's amazing. It really is amazing. This open is amazing. So we get lots of images of the history of WWE. Someone painting, you can't quite tell what they're doing. You see the odd face, and then you get this reveal at the end. So honestly, it's a goosebumps moment with the music. It's very epic. Reliving some of those great moments. It's amazing. Right, MLW Flash said, don't forget about this. I'm so looking forward to your live stream tonight. Yeah, the Hardcore Championship. Travis Scott is going to be around. Don't know what this means. He said, where do I defend it? Triple H was like, the 6th of January, Intuit Dome. So we don't know what to expect with this, but this Hardcore Championship is currently with Travis Scott. I'm sure it's going to feature in some way. I don't know that it sticks around permanently. It could be that by the end of the night, Travis Scott has still got it and he goes away with it. But equally, what if Travis Scott loses it and this is a championship that kind of sticks around for a while? Don't know. But MLW Flash, shout out to you. HQ Last Kicker, here's Stephanie. Look, can't wait to see it in person, Triple H. So Steph is going to be there tonight. WrestleOps, ahead of the debut of Raw. Here we go. Ahead of the debut of Raw on Netflix, rehearsals included looking at audio and video technology, which included new tools like a point-to-point skycam system, a techno crane for more intimate in-ring shots, and drones inside and outside the Intuit Dome. The drones will use never-before-seen shots of talent to be integrated within Raw and a dedicated drone team to work exclusively backstage to capture talent arrivals and behind-the-scenes content. Wow. Wow. Doesn't that just sound absolutely incredible? Okay, we've got some moving graphics as well. Here is CM Punk and Seth Rollins getting ready before their epic encounter tonight on Raw. So there we go, Raw, Netflix, Punk, Rollins, tonight. So there we go, over a decade in the making. CM Punk, Seth Rollins go one-on-one tonight. Raw on Netflix debut. Right, Stephanie saw that open that we just looked at. She said, I'm so proud, I'm crying. Heart emoji. Congrats, Triple H, Nick Khan, all WWE Superstars, fans, employees, and crew, past and present. Tonight, we make history again by becoming the first ever regularly live streamed program on Netflix. So there we go. Steph has had something to say. Okay, this is very interesting. We need to go to this. So WWE Vice President and line producer Brian Fadden has revealed that the amount of commercial breaks for Raw on Netflix will differ between the US and international markets. While you might go to commercials if you're in Texas, if you're in Italy, you're going to see us continue content. You're going to see the continuation of a match. You're going to see exclusive interviews with our talent. You might see an exclusive package that will only be viewed on that international level. There is no way WWE are going to want America missing out on anything major. So anything that's shown, I've no doubt, will go up on social media, right, shortly afterwards. And when they say a continuation of a match, they only mean like the little bits of action during that. It ain't going to finish whilst you're at a commercial break. It'll just be it'll be on the outside. They'll get back in the ring. They'll do some headlocks. That kind of stuff. And then you'll come back and then the action will get good again, So if you're in America, I could understand you being disappointed by this news, but I really, really, really don't think you're going to miss out on anything. WWE do not want you missing out on anything, right? It's not like there's going to be these big announcements and you're going to not hear about them. So yeah, I'm sure anything noteworthy will go up on social media, right? What else we got? Yes. I said it was bad, didn't I? Epic Games Cricket will join Hulk Hogan's Real American Beer as ring mat sponsors, with Snickers returning as a presenting partner. Now, what's quite interesting is the ring that we looked at had Snickers on the actual ring mat. It also had Fortnite on the actual ring mat, and it had Riyadh season on the ring mat, right? It says here, Epic Games is going to be a ring mat sponsor. I can't see Epic Games unless that's the Fortnite thing. Maybe it's the Fortnite thing. This was shown, and I said, I don't think this is going to be the ring mat for Raw. Obviously now, with this news, I'm a little bit more inclined that it could be. I'm still thinking no, though, only because I just think it looks awful. Like, I think there's a way that you can have ring sponsors. I just don't think this is it. I just don't think this looks good. I think you can make it look classier, right? So, yeah, I'm kind of looking at, like, it doesn't say that Snickers is going to be on the ring mat, but it is. So, I don't know. I'm looking at it. Certainly, this news makes me think this is more realistic. But for those of you that don't know what this was put down in the ring before Smackdown, and then it was taken away. And the wrestlers actually wrestled on a blue canvas. So, could it be a case that they put this down for promos? Could it be a case that they put this down at the beginning of the show and we see it? and people do, and then when the matches happen, it gets taken away. Could it be that it's just used sparingly? Or is this really going to be the ring mat that we see all the time? Again, reminder, this was down on Friday before the show, and then it was taken away. So could it be they do something like that for Raw? Or is it going to be a case that this one is just going to permanently be there? We don't quite know, right? Is the honest answer. We don't quite know. So we're going to have to wait and see what Raw has got in store. But unfortunate news, I would say. I mean, there's no way this can be anything other than an L if this is what we're getting, because it just looks awful. I just think it looks awful. It's one of those, though, like the Prime bottle, where, I'm going to be honest, after a while, you stop noticing it. Like the Prime bottle, after a while, I forget that it's there, right? So I'm hoping that mentally the same will happen with this. But it's not something that makes it look better. It's something that makes it look worse. I like a nice clean ring. And actually, Vince always liked a nice clean ring. You know, Vince McMahon would never have done this. He had plenty of opportunity to do it. He never did it. He always wanted a nice, clean ring. So this, unfortunately, is one of those kind of unfortunate downsides of kind of TKO coming in, is that they're exploiting these kind of opportunities when Vince wouldn't have done that in the past. But he did other bad things instead. Allegedly. Dave, shout out to you. As per Chris Featherstone, Roman Reigns Solo Sikoa will be the first match on tonight's historic episode. So Roman Reigns Solo expected to kick off the show. So that's the Raw folder. And as I said, there will undeniably be even more stuff to add to that, right? But we don't have loads of time. Triple H has revealed that he was forced to make some changes last week due to illness and injury. So he was doing a sit-down interview and he was talking about how you've got to be flexible with the booking. And he said that he got an update and found out someone was more injured than they thought. So he had to change like a big storyline. He doesn't go into detail. And then his phone went off and someone had the flu. So they had to make another change. So he was just giving us a bit of an insight that even Smackdown, the most recent Smackdown, was affected by late-minute changes, last-minute changes. And there was nothing he could do about it. It wasn't because he'd changed his mind on something. An injury was worse than they thought. And apparently someone ended up getting the flu, which I just thought was very interesting. CM Punk on his plans following retirement, he said, I do think there's an avenue for me to stay in the business behind the scenes helping out. But honestly, if you're worth your weight, you're already doing that now. So CM Punk is interested in doing something behind the scenes. We see him a lot in NXT. And, he's basically saying, like, you shouldn't just end your career and then go, right, can I do this, please? Like, you should be getting involved now, which is what he's doing, actually. TJF said, is this what the American Nightmare is going to wear for Raw Netflix tonight? Not sure. I mean, it's a nice image. If we go full screen, look. So Nightmare actually in the collar. This is Anthony Mason custom, and apparently it was shared by Cody. Inside custom tailored for Cody Rhodes, right? Look at that on the cuff as well. The American Nightmare logo. So just classy, isn't it? Don't know, obviously, when he's going to be wearing this. Can't say it's tonight, but it's just classy. I thought people would like to see it. So, TJF, thank you. Edward said, 2024 recap by Not Sam. So, from The Rock leaving, Cody Rhodes in a bloody heat to CM Punk and Drew's bitter rivalry, Not Sam recaps the brawls, beefs, and beatdowns that made 2024 one of the most exciting years in Raw history. So, we've got a recap here, which I think this is on... I don't even know where this is, actually. I don't know if this is on their... I don't know if that's their channel or Sam's channel, but either way, this video exists. A 2024 year in review. Right, tonight will mark CM Punk's first match on Raw in over 4,000 days. That's amazing, isn't it? Eric, thank you. WrestleVotes. Sources indicate that as of this morning, Raw is slated to run 3.5 hours. While minor adjustments are possible, expect the show to fall within that range. Duke's Wrestling, thank you. Goldberg is returning to WWE on the 27th of January edition of Raw. So that's when we're expecting him. maybe a chance he shows up tonight, but 27th is when we're expecting him. Edward said, I believe WWE is making a mistake discontinuing tribute to the troops. So there are no plans for WWE to continue tribute to the troops. It was JBL that originally pitched the idea to Vince, and the tradition continued, but it has effectively come to an end after 21 years. This is awesome. We actually did a little short on this. Loads of drones, I believe, above LA, and there's a Stone Cold one that appears in a moment which got people excited. Still no word if he is going to be on the show. Actually, Dr. Chris Featherstone has been reporting he isn't going to be on the show at the moment, right? So at the moment he's not expected, but listen, you never know what surprises you're going to get with WWE. So there's Netflix, there's WWE logos. Just they're doing whatever they can to promote this thing. Okay, Big Bronson Reed, let's go over to him. He said, let's clear up some things. Dirt sheets report ankle fractures or injuries, but I unfortunately smashed my talus bone completely in half. I had it surgically repaired with screws and fragments taken out. Also had some bone marrow taken from my hip and put into my foot. Now, this means I won't be at Raw Netflix premiere. Don't expect a Rumble surprise. And the biggest loss, no Mania. Please keep up with me on social media at this time. Understand, I've had a serious injury. I've undergone serious surgery, and there are serious implications for that. This is not merely just a fracture. So there we go. Big Bronson Reed wanting to bring some clarity to the situation as to what's happening with him, saying that his injury is a lot more serious than he thinks people are aware. Okay, what have we got here? Check this out. Oh, yes. So there is now a Raw artifacts found at the WWE warehouse. So there is a treasures video to do with Raw that I believe has gone up either on the WWE YouTube channel or WWE Vault. But it looks really good. I haven't had a chance to watch it. I've watched like the first few minutes, and it's basically loads of artifacts from the history of Raw they found at the warehouse. Fade said, this is how everyone's going to pull up at the John Cena farewell tour tonight. There will be lots of John Cena fans in attendance. TJF1983, thank you. Gerald Brisco said, I'm 75 and I've got a big announcement. This is my last match. There we go. That's his last match. Breaking news. Guzma, shout out to you. So we've got a new Funko exclusive, right? John Cena farewell. Pre-orders start later today. So there we go. A new Funko for John Cena in his The Last Time Is Now shirt. And I've not seen this, so we can watch it together. What happens when Superstars Bayley and the Street Profits bring some WWE energy to a Netflix writer's room?
So, we've got some new recruits joining us. We're going to be writing the next Netflix global smash hit show. Let's come on, people. What do we got?
2 lost souls agree to meet on the same day every year.
Maybe they find themselves romantically overlooking the city on, like, a mountaintop.
She powerbombs him off of the mountain! End of freaking story!
That's what I'm talking about!
Y'all should take notes from her!
Mentality! Guys, I'm not really sure that's the tone that we're going for. Maybe let's park that and try something else.
Okay, perfect.
Sure.
Oh, it's different.
Oh, a budding comedian meets his stalker after the show.
And he plucks up the courage to finally confront her.
And then he grabs a garbage can.
Oh, but wait, she picks up a steel chair.
Guys, where's the subtlety? Yeah, where's the nuance? Let's go somewhere completely different. People love the royals. Prestige, class, decorum.
Definitely.
Okay, it's a royal wedding.
Yes.
And the happy couple walk down the aisle and the world is watching.
Oh, yeah, but wait! Who is that at the top of the cage?
It's the king!
It's not the king! That's enough,
It's
all
the
right?
king.
No one's getting powerbombed, there's no steel chairs, there's no garbage cans, and there's definitely no one jumping off a cage.
No cage.
This is Netflix. Yeah? I'm not really sure what you guys are bringing to the table here.
What?
to the table here.
Go on, boys.
Let's go. That's pretty fun, isn't it? I've not seen that. That's the first time I watched it. That's pretty good. Right, that's the fun folder. Let's go other and see what we've got. Oh, yeah, Ava was actually with The Rock at the Golden Globes, and I think we all saw that moment where Vin Diesel came out and he went, "Hey, Dwayne." That was good. That was really good. But Ava was there as well. NXT. So, Brady, thank you. Right, let's go. Thanks, shall we? So, Bradley, thank you. Bud Beer, thank you. Sweet Chin Wrestling, appreciate it. Patrick, thank you. Edward, thank you. Jang Tae Sang, thank you. Daniel, appreciate it. Pre-Tube 10, thank you, my friend. Edward again, thank you. Big Bam, thank you, Bud. Football 24085, getting a follow from the Jumping Bomb Angels. Congrats, dudes. Roland, thank you. Robin, appreciate it. Real John, thank you, my friend. Brown 666, thank you. Quack Attack, I think, just jumped. There we go. Out the way for J Omega to come in and get some shine. So shout out to you guys. Wrestling's biggest fan, thank you. Mackenzie, appreciate it. Cameron, thank you, my friend. I am the color red, thank you. Emmanuel, appreciate it, dude. Casey Jade, thank you. TJF1983, thank you. Dukes Wrestling, appreciate it. Ashma, appreciate it as well. We need to go over to the community folder. Loads of Jumping Bomb Angel stuff in here, which I love. So, Milo, shout out to you, buds. Cool kids, thanks to the Jumping Bomb Angels. So, Milo, congrats. Casper said, I got a like and a follow from the Jumping Bomb Angels. Big Bam said it happened. Got a follow from the Jumping Bomb Angels. Thomas said, I'm in the Cool Club. Getting a follow from the Jumping Bomb Angels. If you don't have a follow from the Jumping Bomb Angels, I don't even know if you're allowed to join our Raw watch along later. I don't know. I just don't know. I haven't checked the rules. Roland, shout out to you, said, I heard you talk about that greatest WrestleMania moment of all time, or one of them. I thought I would show you my setup featuring that WrestleMania 30 Funko Pop. Look at this. I don't know if we're going to have a chance, actually, to go through. Oh, we might be able to. So here, look, you can see loads of, like, Funkos and images. Oh, look at that boomer right there. Amazing. And then signed pictures up here. Really cool. Really cool. Hardy Boys. So, yeah, that was the set we were talking about. So we were talking about that moment where you had The Rock and you had Hogan and you had Stone Cold all in the ring at the same time. So, Roland, shout out to you, my friends. Right, Playboy, easy. Look at this, getting the follow. Las Vegas Matt, getting a follow from Natalia. Well done. Wrestle Night, getting a like from Karrion Kross. Edwards, getting a follow from the Jumping Bomb Angels. And Raymond, shout out to you, getting a like from Big Bronson Reed. What I want to do is just have a quick look, see if there's anything else that's happened in the past 40 odd minutes. So here we go. Triple H confirming SmackDown is 3 hours, but we'll go to 2. We've been talking about that for a long time. I'd heard this rumor a long time ago. SmackDown 3 hours till May. I believe it's May. Get past WrestleMania, then it switches back to 2 hours. We've got something from Ivar tonight. Word going around, Raw is going to be in the range of 3 hours, 20 minutes, 3 hours, 30 minutes. Paul Levesque noted SmackDown will eventually go back to 2 hours. That coming from Dave Meltzer. Saudi Arabia hosting the Royal Rumble. We know about that. Looks like that's the big news, to be honest, about that SmackDown situation. Maryse is going to be backstage at Raw. We just watched that. We know about that match. We know about the SmackDown situation. Looks like that's what we've basically missed whilst we've been recording. So there'll be loads of other stuff that drops before Raw. I've got no doubt about that whatsoever because, honestly, it's just coming through all the time. I mean, it is just non-stop today. So there we go. Right. Really appreciate the support. I'll be back later with our Raw watch along. It will be starting earlier than usual. We will start 3 hours before and we are going to cover everything that goes down tonight. So wherever you're watching it, enjoy it. If you do stop by, it'll be great to see you and get your thoughts. I'm going to try and get to as many as I can in the chat. But wherever you watch it, enjoy it. Have a great time, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.